How does it feel to discover the kingdom of the heavens, only to live like a beggar on earth? Most people look at the sky and see only points of light. But today, we will talk about the man who first deciphered the hidden mathematics between those stars and the magnificent dance of the planets, Johannes Kepler. He was a genius trying to read the mind of God, attempting to hear the perfect song of the universe. However, seeking the truth always comes with a price. And for Kepler, this quest would open the doors to a darkness he could never have imagined. Today, on The Cost of Genius, we will listen to the silent cry of a giant who mapped the heavens but could not find a place to rest his head on this earth. Johannes Kepler. To understand Johannes Kepler, one must first see the immense light in his mind and the massive wall he tore down. At that time, the scientific world believed in one thing as if they had sworn an oath. Planets move in perfect circles. Because a circle is divine, it is perfect. When Kepler examined thousands of data points, he saw that something was wrong. Planets were not moving in circles. It was as if someone had taken those circles and pulled them slightly from both sides, creating a path like an egg. This was the discovery of elliptical orbits, what we know today as Kepler's first law. This was not just a change of shape. It was the shattering of humanity's view of the universe. Kepler did not stop there. He mathematically proved that planets accelerate as they approach the sun, as if struck by a whip, and slow down as they move away, as if exhausted. He was the first person to prove that the universe did not consist of randomly scattered rocks, but that every planet was connected to one another by a secret and unshakable mathematical bond. He was the man who transcribed the silent song of the universe into notes. However, these revolutionary discoveries brought neither wealth nor peace to Kepler's life. On the contrary, as he found order in the stars, the chaos in his own life deepened. The first price Kepler paid was demeaning his genius just to put food on the table. He held the title of imperial mathematician, but the imperial treasury was always empty. He never received his salary. This mind, which solved the most noble secrets of the universe, was forced to cast astrological horoscopes for the wealthy in the streets just to buy bread for his children. He did not believe in horoscopes. He called them charlatanry. But the master of the heavens was condemned to sell the lies of the stars to survive on earth. The darkest and most jarring face of the price knocked on his door while Kepler was writing his greatest work, The Harmony of the World. His 70-year-old mother, Katharina, was accused of witchcraft after an argument with a neighbor. For the dark mindset of that era, being the mother of a genius son meant collaborating with the devil. His mother was chained, thrown into a freezing cell, and expected to confess as torture instruments were laid out before her. Kepler dedicated 6 years of his life to saving his mother, setting aside all his scientific work. He traveled from city to city, mastered law books, and defended her in courts. Not as a scientist, but as the son of a witch. He saved his mother from being burned at the stake at the last moment. But this process tore away the last joy of life from Kepler's soul. While he was describing the perfect harmony of the planets, he had learned the hard way just how savage and discordant human beings could be. Kepler's death was the final and greatest disrespect to his genius. While Europe was in the midst of a bloodbath called the 30 Years' War, Kepler was marginalized everywhere due to both his sect and his ideas. On a freezing November morning in 1630, this man, without a single penny in his pocket, set out for Regensburg in the hope of collecting years of accumulated unpaid salary. That freezing journey on horseback, lasting for days, completely exhausted his already frail body. He took his last breath in a roadside inn, consumed by high fever and pneumonia. When he died, he had only an old cardigan on him and a few coins in his pocket. The tragedy did not end there. The grave of this giant, who mapped every inch of the sky and guided the planets, could not even be preserved. The cemetery where he was buried was razed to the ground by warring armies shortly after his death. Today, the man who solved the system of the universe has not a single headstone in this world. His bones have vanished into an unknown pile of earth. Johannes Kepler taught us this. Genius sometimes takes you to the stars, but falling from there is much more painful. He paid the price for the perfect harmony in the sky, with every last penny of misery, ignorance, and war on earth. His hands, which touched the stars, dissolved in the mud and deprivation of this world. In this episode of The Cost of Genius, you watched a giant who does not even have a grave, but whose name is forever engraved in every corner of the universe. If you are interested in such tragic and deep stories, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. We will meet again in the next episode, in the icy silence of the truth, where another soul has vanished. Goodbye.